All right, listen up. This isn't just some book summary. Think of this as a critical download of what Cal Newport says is the most important career skill for the 21st century. And you really need to pay attention because your job might literally depend on it. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's start with the diagnosis. And I'm going to be blunt here. Your current work habits, they're not just bad, they're unsustainable. The way most of us are working today, constantly connected, endlessly multitasking, it's actively making us obsolete. This brings us to this central, absolutely unavoidable question of our economy today. Just look at this and ask yourself, honestly, if your job can be done while you're distracted, it is going to be automated. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. So the real question is, are you next? So to answer that, you first have to understand the two basic states of work that Newport lays out. On one side, you've got shallow work. You know this stuff. It's the busy work, answering emails, sitting in pointless meetings, scrolling through social feeds. It's all logistical, super low value, and honestly easy for technology to copy. But then you have deep work. This is the stuff you do in a state of pure, distraction-free concentration. It's cognitively demanding, it creates real value, and it's incredibly hard to replicate. This is where your job security is. Now, what's really wild, and frankly, kind of terrifying, is the data here. A McKinsey study back in 2012 found that the average knowledge worker spends more than 60% of their week on email and just searching for stuff online. By definition, that's all shallow work. So what does that leave for the deep, valuable work that actually matters? The answer is almost nothing, dangerously little. And here's the most alarming part. This isn't just about having a few bad habits. Newport's point is that when you spend enough time in this state of, frenetic shallowness, you are physically rewiring your brain. It actually permanently reduces your ability to concentrate. You're not just wasting time, you are actively damaging the very tool you need to do your job. Look, I know the diagnosis is grim, it sounds bad, but this also reveals a massive opportunity for anyone who's actually paying attention. So let's move on to the prognosis. The harsh economic reality is this. Shallow work, the easily copied stuff, is going to be automated. The real rewards, they don't go to the people who are comfortable using the cool new apps. They go to the people who can build the complex systems that make those apps run. If a machine can do your job cheaper and faster, it's gonna. End of story. And this right here is the absolute core of Newport's argument. He calls it the deep work hypothesis. I'm gonna read it because it's that important. The ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare. At exactly the same time, it is becoming increasingly valuable in our economy. I mean, it's just basic economics, right? When something is both rare and valuable, the people who have that skill become indispensable. So here's the bottom line. Deep work is not some lifestyle choice. It's not a quaint, old-fashioned habit. It is the decisive competitive advantage. It is the superpower of the 21st century economy. And the very, very few who actually cultivate this skill, they won't just survive what's coming with automation, they are going to thrive. Okay, so we've covered the why. We get it, it's important. Now let's get to the how. This is the prescription. This is Newport's 4 rules system for actually reclaiming your focus and building this superpower. Here they are, the 4 rules, straight up. Number 1, work deeply. This is all about structuring your life to allow for focus. 2, embrace boredom. You gotta train your brain to concentrate. 3, quit social media. Yeah, it's a radical step, but it's about reclaiming your time. And 4, drain the shallows. This is how you kill the busy work. Now let's break these down real quick. So rule 1, work deeply. This is all about building a structure. You've got a couple options. You could go full monastic, radically cut out shallow work and basically become a hermit, like the famous computer scientist Donald Knuth. Or for the rest of us, there's the more realistic rhythmic approach. This means you create a consistent daily habit. Block out the same 90 minutes every single morning. No exceptions. That consistency creates a ritual, and eventually, going deep just becomes automatic. All right, on to rule number 2, and this is a tough one for a lot of people. Embrace boredom. Think of your ability to concentrate like a muscle. Every time you feel a second of quiet and you immediately feed your brain a hit of novelty from your phone, that muscle gets weaker. It atrophies. So you have to train it. Schedule your internet time, learn to tolerate, just being bored. Next time you're in line at the coffee shop, don't pull out your phone. Just stand there. That's the workout. This quote from the author Neil Stephenson is the perfect example for rule number 3, quit social media. I mean, this is a guy who helped dream up the modern internet. and yet he's famously impossible to get a hold of. Why? Because for him, the trade-off is crystal clear. If he gets those long, uninterrupted chunks of time, he can write novels, things of actual lasting value. The alternative? An inbox full of noise. So you have to make a choice. Are you going to produce real value, or are you just going to stay connected? Which brings us to the final rule. Number 4, drain the shallows. You think it's impossible to get rid of all that busy work? Well, the software company Basecamp runs on a 4-day, 32-hour work week during the summer, and they get the same amount of work done. How? They are absolutely ruthless about killing shallow tasks, pointless meetings, constant Slack check-ins, all that performative busyness. They prove that most of this stuff is nowhere near as essential as we think it is. So how do you actually do this? Here's a really powerful tool. Set a shallow work budget. Sit down with your boss, or even just with yourself, and decide on a percentage of your time that's allowed for shallow tasks. Maybe it's 25%, like you see here. Look, the point isn't to get it to 0. That's usually impossible. The point is to contain it. This gives you explicit permission to say no to anything that pushes you over that budget.
Okay, so we've just downloaded the whole system into your brain. The diagnosis, the prognosis, and the prescription. Now it's time for your first step, your immediate call to action.
I want you to do something. Look at your computer screen right now. Be honest with yourself. How many browser tabs do you have open? 5, 10, 20, more? That number, that's your personal distraction score. That is the front line in the battle for your focus. And it starts right here, right now. If you're serious about reclaiming your focus, about stopping the cycle of being busy but unproductive, then subscribe to Lazy Reader. We give you the tools to work smarter, not just harder. And then do one more thing. Share this with that coworker you know who needs to get off Slack. Help them and help your entire team master the superpower of the 21st century.